They're from Japan. They've been around a really long time and they are known for their quality cameras. This is the Minolta 67x Optical Zoom SLR style camera. So this is that powerful 67x zoom, high resolution images that you're going to take to capture life's moments. Anyone can use it, really simple to use. I want to bring in Joe Harrison. We'll go over the price, we'll go over the colors. But Joe, you know, when I saw this, and I wanted to just, hi, I haven't seen you in a while, actually. I couldn't believe the price on this today, and I don't know if you know this. Today, it's $120 off.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that low.
It's $120 off.
Is it $400?
It was.
Oh,
it was
less than
$400.
that.
It is $374.99 today. And this, for a camera that is going to be a game changer, if you like to take pictures, this is going to be it. It is $75 on a flex pay, and I believe we have VIP financing available. So if any of you want to do that and use your HSN credit card within 12 months, you can grab it. That price is going to be, what's the monthly price on that, Jared? I'm bad at math. Jared's gonna do math for me because I'm bad at math, and he's gonna tell us what that is. But we have two colors, or do we still have three? So we've got, no, we ran out of the black, so we have purple and the red to choose from. But Joe, this is such a great camera. You and I were talking about our cell phones, right?
Right, we always use these guys.
And it doesn't do the same thing.
Right, it's great for making cell phone calls. And then they started adding these little cameras that are on the backside. It used to be one lens, now we got 3 lenses. But the problem is they're not that great. They're great for at the moment photos, and they're great when they're just on the 3-inch display. When you want to print them off, you're not getting the same quality. I'm gonna grab the purple here. And the biggest thing you're gonna notice is that it feels like a camera in your hand. It looks like a camera in your hand. It's got this great way to grip it and hold it, so now your arm becomes the image stabilization. So you have some incredible views and nice, great images out of it. But the thing is, what your cell phone doesn't have is a 67x zoom. My cell phone was almost $1,000. This one is way less than that, but my cell phone only has a 3x zoom. This is a 67x zoom. It is incredible. It's the largest zoom that we've ever had. And just to give you some perspective, if you are seeing something that's 670 feet away, it's gonna look like it is now 10 feet in front of you, all because of this zoom. And by the way, that is 2 football fields. Most of us have been on a football field, and you can see how far that is if someone's on the other side on the end zone. Well, now imagine them being right in front of your face. That's what this camera can do. But let me show you what it looks like, because you might be hearing the numbers and thinking, okay, that seems impressive, but is it really gonna be that impressive? I'm gonna put my pictures down here. I took my kids to New York City. We were standing on the opposite side of the river, and we were taking some pictures of the New York skyline. So here we are on the Bronx side of the river. There's the river there. There is the Freedom Tower in the background. There's the Brooklyn Bridge. Everything's beautiful. And then I noticed right there is a little tugboat. I'm like, I want to test out this zoom. So then what I did is just zoomed in a little bit. And now the city gets even larger. There's the tugboat. It's getting even larger itself. So you can see everything. The bridge is looking beautiful. There's still the Freedom Tower. I'm not even partially zoomed in. Now let me zoom in even more. Wow. So now I'm zooming in even closer. I can see everything about that tugboat. I can read the signs that are on the side. I can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 portholes. And then I noticed on that porthole right there, there's a guy that's in there that's watching it. Now let me show you what that guy looks like when I print this off. There's that same guy right there on the edge, sticking his head out of the porthole, and I'll take you back to where we started. This is that shot where I started from. There is the tugboat. You can't even see the portholes. Now I'm zooming in on the guy on the porthole, and if you try this with your cell phone, every image, they all look fuzzy. They look out of focus. You lose the color, you lose the clarity, because your cell phone isn't made for this. This is the difference between taking a good shot and a great shot and really getting close to the action. We just don't have this type of capabilities on our cell phone, but now you do, all because you have that 67x zoom. And the nice thing about this is Minolta has been making cameras now for over 90 years. They started out as a company making these incredible optics, and they're bringing that technology to your camera right here. And this is truly a pro-style camera. Now you're gonna see a dial that's on here, and a lot of people think, oh, that's too much. I'm not gonna be able to handle it. It's bigger than my cell phone. I like the point and click. If you put it on A for automatic, point and click, you've got it. It'll do its thing. But there are 20 modes that are built in here for night mode, low light mode, action mode, sport mode, all these different modes, fireworks mode even, that is also built into it. You just turn the dial and make those easy adjustments. The other thing you'll notice that on the top here, it has a Wi-Fi signal. You can connect this to your cell phone. So now all those great pictures that you take, you can easily upload them to your cell phone so you can share them on Facebook and Instagram, wherever you want to do, send them out, makes it nice and easy. It also, on the top here, you see there's 2 microphones on each side. This records high definition video in stereo. So now you can record home movies on this as well. And when you see that right there, when you see that 67 times optical zoom, that is the amazing thing about having a great camera, is that you're no longer taking a picture of something that's unwanted. Now you're able to get so close to the action because this has the largest zoom that we've ever had in HSN history.
This is so good, Joe. I think about the other day we had the eclipse.
Oh yeah.
And I tried to go outside and take a picture.
Right.
And I did it on my camera. Maybe some of you did this too. And I zoomed in and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it looks great. And then I zoomed in, right, on my phone.
Sure.
And it just looks like a blob, right? And it's because you don't have that powerful zoom. If you want to take those high quality photos and really capture those memories, this is going to be the way to do it. Now, Jared did the math for us because remember, I am bad at math. And if you use your VIP financing today, it is going to be $31 and change on that 12 months to be able to use your HSN credit card. And if you don't have an HSN credit card, if you open one today, you can save $15 by doing that for you as well. So just call the number you see on the screen or go to hsn.com and type in HSN card. But great way for you to be able to get this home. But even now, it's $120 off. And Joe, you know, I love that you said that it's a point and click too, because I think sometimes we get overwhelmed, right, with all the choices. We're like, well, I don't know how to use this. If we put it on one setting, we're just like our phone, we can click it and go.
You put it on automatic for A and you're ready to go. It has all those modes that are going to make you look like a professional photographer.
Oh, I like that.
Well, the nice thing is too, when you take these photos, when you go to print them off later, these are the ones that are great enough quality that you can actually mount this on your wall. They're those keepsake type photos that you're going to be able to take because you have a higher resolution. You've got that zoom that you really want to be able to show off too. And sometimes that's the problem with many of our photos, is that you'll take a picture of something and then there's a lot of background, a lot of stuff that you don't necessarily want. So what do you end up doing with that cell phone? You do that little 2-inch pinch and zoom type thing where you're trying to get a little bit closer to the action. But then the more you zoom in like that, the lower the quality of the image becomes. And when you're trying to take a picture of something, then you don't really get a high quality of anything. So here, as we're standing in New York City again, and there's a little statue that's right there on the edge. Now keep in mind, this statue is probably maybe 100 feet away from me. So imagine your kids at a sporting event or your grandkids at a recital, and you really want to take a picture of this. This is probably what your cell phone would look like. And then you do this thing, you pinch and you zoom, and the more you pinch and zoom, the lower the quality gets. But now with your Minolta camera, I can go from that guy all the way to that guy.
Oh my gosh.
So there's the same guy. I'm zoomed in a little bit closer now. And I saw, oh, there's a pigeon on his head. And I've got the Empire State Building in the background. It just looks like a professional picture because I've got those extra optics from Minolta. But if I want to get even closer, now that's what 67 times zoom looks like. So now I can see the details on his beard and his eyebrows and his hairline, and even just how sharp that little beak is right there. And to keep in mind, this is where we started. There is the statue down there. You can't even tell there's a pigeon sitting on his head, but now with your Minolta camera, you're able to see the action and get that close to it. It really makes it impressive. And I'm going to show you another picture I have right back here. This is one, maybe you want to take something, not something so far away, but you want to get super up close. So we have this cactus plant that's in our backyard, and it's got these beautiful flowers. And you can't get close to the action because then your camera can't focus on it. But this, because it has a macro lens, I can go from that to that. Oops,
wow.
I got it upside down. Let me flip it over. There, you see how beautiful everything is, and it's really all in focus, and everything is so sharp, and the contrast of those colors, again, going from that to that. So whether it's something that's 600 feet away or something that's literally right in front of my face, just a couple of feet, you're able to zoom in and get those perfect pictures. Now, we talked about the different modes that are built into this. This is one of my favorite things because I love taking pictures, but I love when something makes it easier for me. You talk about taking a picture of the moon.
Yes.
A lot of times you take pictures with their cell phone, this is what happens. You get a picture of somebody, but then you're like, all that stuff that's in the background you can't see. So to be honest, this street lamp probably looks like the moon in your picture. And then what happens is you just can't see the quality at all. Someone's in focus, but everything else is just stark and gray. Watch what happens when you turn this into nighttime mode. It is like the city turned all the lights on.
Oh my gosh.
It makes you a better photographer having the right tools. So do you want your pictures to look like this when somebody's blowing out that birthday candle or when you're trying to watch the fireworks? Or do you want to be able to see everything? Notice she's still in focus. So is the entire city. It's all illuminated because you have nighttime mode that is built into it. There's also a sunset mode. So not quite pitch black, but it's going to be able to capture those billions of colors of that sun when you're taking that once in a lifetime vacation. It also has the mode to be able to take the existing photos and turn them into different modes, different negatives and different colorways. But then you also have a portrait mode. If you're trying to capture, the grandkids are coming over for spring break, or you know they're coming over for this summer, and you want to capture those smiles and everybody looks perfect, that portrait mode smooths everything out. So now you look a little less wrinkles. You don't look as old. It's the nice thing that's built into it. But it's just one of 20 modes that are built into it. So put it on A for automatic if you want, or select one of the 20 different modes, and you really will be a professional photographer.
You know, I really love that you talked about that resolution, right? Because if you're at home right now, maybe you're like me and you've gone to try to print something during the holidays to give to people as gifts in the pictures. And then when you go to print it, maybe you went to like Walgreens or one of these places that do that, Walmart, whatever, and it says resolution is bad, so it's not gonna be able to print the picture. And so that's what you're getting when you're using your cell phone. Now, remember, you can use your Minolta, you get this, and you can use that Wi-Fi to just be able to upload it to your phone and then use your apps to be able to print and do what you will with them. But this is super easy, point and shoot. It is on a great price today. It is $120 off. You're getting it for $75 on those interest-free flex pays, or with VIP financing, you can also have no interest if paid in full within 12 months. It's gonna be $31 and change. Now, Joe, really quick, can we go over everything that we're getting? Because it's not just the camera, right? We're getting like a bunch of things that go with it.
Everything you need out of the box to be able to point and shoot in just a couple minutes. We do give a rechargeable battery. There are a lot of cameras where you're constantly changing out the batteries. This one, it's rechargeable. You'll be able to take thousands of pictures before you have to charge it again. We do give you a 16 gig memory card. Now notice that's a standard memory card. So you can store thousands of photos on there, but if you're out on vacation, you need another memory card, no problem, you can go out and buy another one. Unlike with your phone, you have to start deleting the photos. This one, you can just get another memory card and you're good to go there. The USB cable is for charging it, but you can also plug it into your computer and download all your photos. Now we realize this is gonna be a camera that's gonna go with you, so we're also including a case with it to protect the camera, make it easier to carry. There's also a neck strap that will come with it too. So you've got everything right out of the box that you're ever going to need to be able to take those perfect photos for you. And when you first do get it home, you'll turn it on, and you'll notice that the screen on the backside, it also can swivel. So right now I've got it facing outward, so it makes it easy to see, but it's a nice big 3-inch display. But because you can swivel this outward, like maybe you're trying to shoot over somebody's heads, it has that ability to adjust, so now you can see perfectly, even if you're trying to shoot over a crowd. So maybe you are in the cheap seats of a concert or the back of that recital, you can easily get back and over everyone's head and be able to see it. But the nice thing about Minolta is they've designed this so you can close it. And the reason why is this is the only camera that we have that when you look right through that, it's the exact same thing that comes out of the back side. Now the reason why this is important, it's kind of psychological, because when you see this, when you're looking at this lens, you're also seeing everything else that's around it. You're not really focusing on the photo. But when you close this, and now only your eye sees that, now you're focusing solely on the picture. It will make you a better photographer by having that direct input straight to the lens that's on the back side. I know you probably think I'm crazy. Wait till you start taking these photos. You will love it. And I'll tell you a quick story is that I took my kids up to Alaska, and my wife she's a big photographer. So we brought it was the first trip we ever had, our Minolta SLR camera. And we took thousands of pictures because it was a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Alaska. All the pictures that we kept were the ones from our Minolta. The ones from the cell phone, they're still on the cell phone.
Right.
But the ones that we printed off, I've got this great picture of my kids that are sitting on next to this big, next to these sequoias that we found. And we printed this massive, massive photo, and it's hanging in our living room. And every picture that we printed from our Alaska trip was from the Minolta, not from the cell phone. Because when you look at the cell phone pictures, they're great for Facebook, they're great for Instagram, they're great on that 3-inch display. But when you want to print them off, you don't get the quality that you get just like this one. And I'll show you an example of that. Because when we were there and we had a great zoom in our Minolta camera, I was able to zoom in on sea lions, we saw whales, we saw mountain goats, we saw all kinds of crazy things. And I was able to get so close to the action because it was the Minolta. Now, I took my kids down to the bird sanctuary, and there's an owl that's sitting right there. And this is probably what your cell phone picture would look like. Now, imagine if you're like us, when we went to Alaska, there's a whale that's in the water that's far away, and it looks about that big on your cell phone photo. So what do you end up doing? You pinch and zoom, trying to get closer. But every time you pinch and zoom, it gets a little bit less and less. You lose the quality. You lose the colors that are on there. Let me show you what happens when now you zoom in with your Minolta camera. That is the same owl that's right there. That is the owl. You did not lose any quality. Now also notice, that is my hand next to this owl. This owl is now a 20 by 30-inch print. And look at that detail that you're seeing, the colors of his eyes, the sharpness of the beak, every feather that is on his head, even the tiny little whispers of his feathers that are on his ear. That's what happens when you have a better picture. So when I was telling you that, the ones that we have hanging on our wall are from our Minolta. Because if I tried this with a cell phone, first off, you can't zoom in that close. You can't get that quality of a print. It looks great by 4 by 6, but this is a 20 by 30-inch print. And that's why you buy the camera today and you're thinking, okay, wait till I have a trip coming up. But then it's 5 years, 10 years down the road, that's when you think yourself today, that like, I'm so thankful I bought that. You have that camera.
Do you know, when you just showed that, I thought, it looks like the cover of National Geographic.
It really, I mean, it's just, the guy is so big. And it's just like,
this.
you really could hang this on a wall.
The detail on here, but that's the thing. If you've gone to print something, you've taken it with your phone, you're like, this is gonna be great. You go to print it off and it's like error because the resolution's not good enough for you to even print a 4 by 6. And what size is this, Joe?
This is a 20.